a show that tackles the big issues affecting the BVI and the rest of the Caribbean. Searches for answers to today's big questions and gives viewers a unique perspective on developing stories. Follow the big story with me, Kathy Richards, only on JTV. This show is brought to you by the National Bank of the Virgin Islands, Cyril B. Romney Tortola Pier Park, Envy Salon, Spa, Nail and Barbershop, Tisley Cross, Deliciously Smooth Cider, the Wellness Center Clinics, and Digicel, simply more speed, reliability and entertainment.
We know that where you choose to bank matters, and it is your vote on what your funds do in strengthening our community. As your official Bank of Paradise, we invest and support the lifeblood of our economy by helping in the realization of personal goals for homeownership, education, and entrepreneurial visions, which support small businesses. We make it our place to connect with persons and worthy causes, and we have been doing so for more than 30 years. Where your money goes and what your dollars empower are your choice. And we thank you for choosing us, a bank that gives where it matters the most, for you, for our community, and a happier tomorrow. The National Bank of the Virgin Islands.
Everyone looks to the future, but no one truly knows what the future holds.
The number of people under the age of 20 with type 2 diabetes could increase by 49% by 2050. Let it be known that we all have a 30% chance of developing hypertension.
Globally, more than 300 million people of all ages suffer from depression.
More than 60,000 young adults aged 20 to 39 are diagnosed with cancer each year. Obesity leads to problems such as stroke, heart disease, and kidney failure.
No matter your race, age, or color, we are all at risk.
These diseases can be managed or prevented if caught early.
But with the right medicine and the right doctors to keep us on a path to live a robust and healthy life,
we will live well.
Plug into Digicel Plus and get even more entertainment with Disney Plus included. The best of Disney, Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, and National Geographic all in one place. Whenever you want, plug into Plus to enjoy Disney Plus and much more with a home fiber bundle. Sign up today. Digicel Plus.
This is the big story. I'm Kathy Richards. I want to thank you so much for joining us for this edition. We are virtual for this one, and it's all because we're going to be talking with someone all the way in St. Lucia. Hello over there.
Hi, Kathy, and hello to the British Virgin Islands. Good afternoon.
All right. So this is Miss Michelle Jones Fibbles. I had to ask her to send me a voice note to pronounce the last name. And Michelle is the chief registrar of the Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court. It's not the first time that we're meeting, but it's the first time we're having this one-on-one conversation, and it's such a pleasure. I did not say Happy New Year to you and the people of St. Lucia.
Thank you and Happy New Year to you as well. We're 5 days in already. I can't believe it. But I wish you
You
all the
know,
best for
before
2023.
Thank you so much. Before the click of a finger, it's going to be gone, 2024. But we want to focus a lot on what's going to be happening this year within your space, and that's the, 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 the courts of law. And the new year is supposed to be starting very soon, and hence you are here to have that discussion with us today. So I'm going to lead you in right now to tell us about what to expect to come 2023.
Thank you so much for having me, Kathy. So, on the highlight of the court's calendar is usually the opening of the law year, and that opening takes place in January of every year. So, this year, on the 10th of January, 2023, the court will be opening the law year with its usual ceremonial opening. And the ceremonial opening would start off with proceedings with a church service, and that would be followed by a procession from the church where the service was held to the courthouse, where there would be the inspection of the guard, and it would culminate with the special sitting set for that opening. And at that special sitting, which commences at 10 a.m., Her Ladyship, the Honorable Dame Janice Pereira, Chief Justice, will be delivering her feature address for the opening. And this year, we will be doing something a little different. You know, COVID has had us reshuffling and shaking things up quite a bit over the last couple of years. So normally this would be in person. All of this would be in person. And the Court of Appeal would be traveling in rotation to a different island every year, where the Chief Justice's address would be brought live to the other member states and territories via simulcast. Since COVID, we haven't been able to travel. So what we've been doing is having pre-recorded uh, openings, it's special sittings. And this year, we will be doing something even different, trying to get back to some sense of normalcy. What you find we'll be having is this sort of hybrid approach to our special sitting. So the Court of Appeal will be traveling to Anguilla, which will be the sitting, the place where the Court of Appeal will have its first sitting for the year, and the island on roster for the opening for 2023. So Her Ladyship, the Honorable Dame Janice Pereira, will be delivering her feature address from the High Court in Anguilla. The other speakers in Anguilla will be speaking live from the High Court as well. However, we've maintained the aspect of the sitting where we have one member from each of the other 8 member states and territories. And that person is going to be speaking on location from their member state and territory. So it's pretty novel, but we're pretty excited about this approach because, as we have learned in COVID, we can't continue to think inside the box.
Yeah,
We have to
yeah.
make do with what we have, use every single obstacle as a stepping stone to continue the work that we have to do, and to ensure that we deliver justice to the persons who are reliant on it, which would be the citizens of the Eastern Caribbean.
Awesome. I was listening keenly to hear if you were going to tell me that the sitting will be traveling to the Virgin Islands this time around.
No, unfortunately, the Court of Appeal will not be there, but the Virgin Islands will be having the church service followed by the procession and the gathering in the courthouse, I think at the Sakal building, for the delivery of the other addresses from the Chief Justice and the other speakers, including we do have a BVI speaker. And for the BVI, we have Mr. Michael Fay, King's Counsel. He will be delivering the address on behalf of not only the Inner Bar, but the British Virgin Islands.
Okay. For those who may not be familiar with the opening of a law year and its significance, what is the key things that, the ordinary or average resident should know about getting into a new law year?
Getting into a new law year, what we really like to focus on is we say to persons, this is the opportunity where we get to let that what the court has been doing for the past year. And we give a highlight of what the court has done. So in this case, we would highlight what the court has done in 2022 and give a snapshot of what persons can look forward to in 2023 in relation to what the court is doing to enhance the delivery of justice, the system of justice, etc. So that is really what we are looking forward to, and we really want persons to tune in because, as we often say, this is our court. It's not just mine or just yours. It's our court, and we want persons to have a greater interest into the system of justice, what we're doing to enhance it, sort of behind the scenes, things that people don't really know, the different like our e-litigation portal and the different initiatives that we have in place just to try to ensure that we deliver an efficient and effective system of justice.
Oh, well, you touched on it briefly there, and I want to ask you to expound a little bit more on it. And that's the e-litigation. I know when I saw you, maybe the first time, that was one of the reasons why you were here in the territory for that launch. Give us a little recap of as to where the Supreme Court is right now in being able to access and do and to work virtually.
In relation to the e-litigation portal, luckily for us, shortly before COVID, the court started rolling out the e-litigation portal in the member states and territories. We continued during COVID to ensure that by last year, we had all 9 member states and territories on. And I cannot tell you, Kathy, how much of a great help that was for us because you found that the Court of Appeal in particular couldn't travel. Some courts couldn't sit because of COVID, and we didn't have all the things we had to have in place. You know, our courthouses are small, we didn't have all the space, but this allowed the court to continue to work and to continue to move on because all the documents were already electronic. So with that, coupled with the use of Zoom, the court was able to continue sitting. So you may say it was foresight, you may say coincidence, you may say it's a good thing. I say all of the above, and we would take it happily to know that we were able to continue to do what it is that we needed to do.
Transitioning to that portal system, how smooth was it?
Well, there were teething pains, but I think after the first couple uh, islands, I think these were ironed out. And relatively looking back now, I think that it was relatively smooth. It was a relatively smooth transition, I would say, for something of this magnitude and something so new to our region. I think the transition was pretty smooth.
Okay, I know these are some of the things that I'm going to be asking you, or some are very likely to come up in the Chief Justice's report when she comes on the 10th. But so in foresight and to grasp persons' interest in gravitating to that speech when it comes on to listen, give us a little insight as to how the court system operates, where we have some of the key players in the system that are in different states and different countries, but yet it works as one.
And that is the beauty of the Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court. Although we are separated geographically by water, we are linked in every single other way. So we really work together as one unit. Registrars and on the various islands work together with us at the court's headquarters. The judges on the individual islands work together, and we are able to deliver this specific system of justice because our situation is peculiar. You have other countries where it's one country, one body of law, and they would have one court system. But here we are with our Organization of Eastern Caribbean States, where we have 9 members, we have 9 amendments, we have 9 constitutions, we have a myriad of other laws, but we are able to work together all under one umbrella. We have one court of appeal serving the 9 islands. We have one Supreme Court with various jurisdictions, each island jurisdiction, but all working together to ensure that the people of the Eastern Caribbean get the access to justice. So I think given our peculiar situation in the Eastern Caribbean, it's a remarkable model, our court of record. It's a really remarkable model.
And you have every right to boast about it. Help us to understand who can attend the opening activities. I know while it's going to be streamed, I know many of us do go to various court houses and sit in to listen and all of that. But who is this open up to?
It is open up to the public. I want to make it clear that although the players may seem to be judges and lawyers, this is really for the citizens. It is for everyone. Every single person has a business of the court. Why? Because it is their court. So we are inviting the public to come out, attend the church services in your various member states and territories. And the Registrar of the High Court should be releasing a statement, a press release, to give the information as to where the service will be held, the times. So persons are free to attend. And then follow on the procession. Persons are free to do that as well. And it culminates with the sitting at the High Court, while the High Court building physically may only be able to of persons. We have gone the extra mile to ensure that it is not only live streamed via the court's website, www.eccourts.org, but it's also going to be on our Facebook page. Everybody loves social media, so it's on our Facebook page as well. Our various GIS stations throughout the Eastern Caribbean will also be airing it as well, all at the same time, Tuesday, the 10th of January at 10 a.m. So we are really inviting the public. It's for everybody. And that's why we really are grateful to you for giving me the time to do this interview, because some persons don't really know that it's open to them to attend. They think it's only for the legal fraternity, but it is really not.
Okay, and for our individual territories and countries, for the British Virgin Islands in particular, who is that point person if someone needs to get some more information as to how they can be a part of all of this?
It would be the Registrar of the High Court, Mrs. Vereen Vanterpool Neeps. Yes, she would be able to provide, and no doubt she would be providing information in the coming days. And of course, we have a promo that I'm going to send to you, and I'm going to ask you to share it. I'm going to send it via WhatsApp. And we just want to blow the place up over the next few days, just letting persons know that the court is here and what we're doing, and because we really want people to get involved.
Awesome, Michelle. I think this was excellent. I'm happy that we made the effort, though you're not here, and I would have rather have you here. we were able to pull this off and to have persons get a good feel as to what the opening of the law year means to the people of the territory, as well as to those who are executing those duties, including yourself and the team and the local team here in the Virgin Islands. Please don't be a stranger to this. Don't be a stranger.
Not at all. And Kathy, I'm so grateful. And if I could just say one more thing before I go. This year's
Yeah.
theme for the opening of the law year is the ECSC, Navigating the Changing Tides. And I think the theme speaks volumes because given the atmosphere that we've had to work with over the last 2 years and the COVID pandemic, which is still around, by the way, and nothing has really gone back to fully the way we knew it before. It's still a new normal, as we say. The court has really had to chart its course. It has had to see how we roll over the tides, survive the tides, and just ensure that we navigate our way through the change that has happened. So the speakers, as including Her Ladyship, the Honorable Dame Janice Pereira, our Chief Justice, they're going to give from their various perspectives their take on how the ECSC has navigated the change in tides. And it promises to be extremely exciting because everyone has a different perspective. And so it would really be interesting to hear how the attorneys general think about it, the directors of public prosecutions, the magistracy, the bar associations, and just the bar itself, the OECS Bar Association as well. All of these persons will be represented by speakers at the opening of the law year address. So there's going to be a wealth of information fit into about 2 hours of a sitting.
Oh, yeah.
Now, who can say that is value for money, right?
Value for time, because we won't put in the money in there.
But
We take
time
the
is
time
money,
to
but sometimes it equates to the same thing.
Well, awesome. Congratulations to you and team to the efforts that you've put into this and to make sure that, a justice system continues to flow in the way it should, that is to the best of its ability and in the best interest of the people which you are called to serve.
Having me, Kathy, and thanks to your team. And I wish you all the best. And I hope that in the BVI that you have an awesome opening of the law year, ceremonial opening of the law year with your proceedings.
Thank you so much. And this has brought us to the end of this edition of The Big Story. I'm Kathy Richards. Thank you so much for tuning in.
We know that where you choose to bank matters, and it is your vote on what your funds do in strengthening our community. As your official Bank of Paradise, we invest and support the lifeblood of our economy by helping in the realization of personal goals for homeownership, education, and entrepreneurial visions, which support small businesses. We make it our place to connect with persons and worthy causes, and we have been doing so for more than 30 years. Where your money goes and what your dollars empower are your choice. And we thank you for choosing us, a bank that gives where it matters the most, for you, for our community, and a happier tomorrow. The National Bank of the Virgin Islands.
Everyone looks to the future, but no one truly knows what the future holds.
The number of people under the age of 20 with type 2 diabetes could increase by 49% by 2050. Let it be known that we all have a 30% chance of developing hypertension.
Globally, more than 300 million people of all ages suffer from depression.
More than 60,000 young adults aged 20 to 39 are diagnosed with cancer each year. Obesity leads to problems such as stroke, heart disease, and kidney failure.
No matter your race, age, or color, we are all at risk.
These diseases can be managed or prevented if caught early.
but with the right medicine and the right doctors to keep us on a path to live a robust and healthy life.
We will live well.
Plug into Digicel Plus and get even more entertainment with Disney Plus included. The best of Disney, Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, and National Geographic all in one place. Whenever you want, plug into Plus to enjoy Disney Plus and much more with a home fiber bundle. Sign up today. Digicel Plus.